Promise News.
Adia Sedama Badia Basai Adon Quanto Trubonso Tonso no Boria nearly Wuyahu na Nebucherifu na Nado Yetim Wada de Manimano Pay Wadmaka and Wamaka Tepaja. No said the Kanyabo our promise 102.7 FM Promise Television so and Samado Yan Saka Kasebo Kwanso who been Yasi Adeba Ebesom Ewo Kumasi Dum Monteneso Mangana Fanaho Doya Moti and Kanamosha Emmanuel Odu Korea Naseb Nick and Joseph Amwate Asonfo pani na no pay watintim bo chidom na yedeba promisefmonline.com na fe uko Facebook a Promise Radio ensem no etem ehonum ya chefani nyina wo baje na no pay samado ya yede eba asante mantem so afo no nyamfo samo semense kire se nei aya sa power plant yom dia bakumasi kropomu no ebebo pa ama ahoden ne adihiade ye wa asante mantem no atumi aso ano
Uko MPP General Headquarters a ewon kran a wasi baabi e de ama nipa wadi dem eye persons with disability menra party chairman adane e de ama wo mu
aban no kire se Saglame housing project no say wo pe ankrenkre ya bibi ebo no maboso mu private partnership say wonu mra meboa na yenhwentumi nwie
na elections aye be ko ne 2024 yi ene yi nipa wadi dem sara no omo nkomo e ho asem ye be ka Dr. Bawumia e de wo ma ba ne hyehyeye mu
Tawa makro ewo so amepotem honum na wonu badwa assembly member owura permit boate nkire se one day so aminta change ma die se die sikoso na ni je ho pa
wenum ne nsem bebre ka ho ene yabo ano anopai ye de ebeso mo boye ne fa sedama bohye ba electric house de akofa nkane apa ene ho ne o manyina de abadwa so a ene utu amadensifo ne afiewuranom wo pebi ato a wo ba bohye ba plaza ye ewo edum Wesley Methodist Cathedral no run about in Chemu or Pedu also Rebbe or Yepa FM TV and a Promise Radio a one oba do be a unia call be a uniano on Sabeka and you know me no Shiano pay a yebeso more me ding at your crazy do a minimum bema
Wafata from Pon some no ninche mu se de city ayen hwem fama mo na watwe ya mu na kokoba se afidibrane ye ba hoden ye ya NDC aban mampenda da John Dramani mama no di onmu anim abreso ye kokofa de ba ye ye kapa ye de kogosi ato mantem ya kotabri e de ababesi asante mantem we se ya to ne din kumas one thermal power plant na ye bia no kama ene anya agro dwabo yata mampani no angasa ene babe bia no ni bunsensema azantu antanso afo ni munyafo samo semense kiremu se ye pa se ye de sa awodin ye fidi brane no ababesi asantu antafri se awodin ye na ka bi wo mu a jirasa asantu antafo enso ye nti yakwakofa sa kumase one thermal power plant ye ababesi we bebo papa ma asantu antam dum so ka Africa chofonfo ni ade a na kokoso no etumi abrase e wa asantu antam.
Indeed, the inauguration of this thermal power plant today signifies a step forward in our efforts to address the energy needs of our region and demonstrate our unwavering commitment to fostering economic growth and prosperity of our citizens. Your Excellency, Mr. President, power supply challenges, including instability, low voltage, blackouts, have plagued the Ashanti region and the adjoining regions in this country for so long and continues to remain a significant concern for both industrial and residential customers. The relocation of the Amari Thermal Power Plant to Kumasi marks a giant step towards reaching power generation required in the region to guarantee reliability and stability in the national grid. Indeed, the 250 megawatt capacity of this facility represents a beacon of hope that there will be enough power in the middle belt to help address the recent power outages experienced in the region. Your esteemed presence, Your Excellency, at this very memorable event is a demonstration of your commitment and support to improve the power generation capacity to spur economic growth for our region. All of us in this region, including the chiefs and the good people, are most grateful to you for taking immediate measures to address these issues, including relocating the Amari Power Plant to Kumasi, the project which is known as the Kumasi One Thermal Power Plant Project, and completing a series of expansions and upgrades to the transmission network.
Asantu antansu afo no nya for Samuel Semensa ana yete nenka ya nensam ya wode ya tudwa wo chirim se Kumasi one thermal power plant abado eba beboa ama ahode ne nsam asantu antam agina yipa
yetu so a enchepi na yetete yese MPP 482 anamon na womo Fourth Republic ya yewramu yi wo keka won ho na wa secretariat bi said the persons living with disabilities when you did them a be an a nine way or tapache, Nani yet an answer and son yet, Ubia chimato be a bunny nipediahono, or more our special treatment and our care. I a dema womo. Baby a yen and nine so it me frabro sign coba efano. I was say be my womo, na sabi womo eti womo wheelchair anymore, to me edwama faho, na abrosign the afra yen I afro. Nano na empenyufo de kwa dwundwene mu no wo mo ehunu se ewo se nipa ni nyina kan yen ho na aban no wo mo ho hyehyɛ pa wona koma mu nti oye bibi de ma wo mo de asane de aba fam akɔ party national headquarters a ene iwasi bibi de ama woni edi demu yi na party national chairman Yera Stephen Ayensu ntim wono na ye ama ne nyina de asedama mampani akufo ado ewo mo a waboa won ne taa wata wanchi ama wei watimi aye na wohye se bebrebe ba beka ho ti woni adi demo no nei ukọ MPP party headquarters ya na wahunu se wo bekọ a steps wo ho wonka fom na wasoma me akofre de wohwehwe no aba na emom nso timi nya obi pia wo a wo bekọ akoduru soro
Secretariat in all things, including providing resources and other related support in order to realize the objectives of this establishment. Following the launch, national coordinators will be appointed to administer the secretariat akin to the structure of our party, in which case the women's, the youth, and all this entire structure. The National Party will provide them with the necessary support to put in place all the administrative systems to ensure a smooth takeoff. The MPP is stronger with the establishment of PWD Secretariat to give full meaning to its inclusive DNA. As a democratic party, we believe that the Secretariat will empower and amplify the voices of all its members, especially persons living with disabilities. I hereby declare the MPP National PWD Secretariat located at the party's Kukumemle office duly launched.
Na Yera Yesun team ekasa wiye no na second vice chairperson yo MPP mu abribi atwam no national women organizer Rita Talata Asobayire ono so kasa bi ekire say saa de no mo esi PWD so mo secretariat a MPP fo esi ede ama wo mo no ekese MPP eye party omo gi democracy tum emfa ho ene ba bi a wugina na mpempenso a wakoduro ehia se ye nyina ye nipa no ye keka ye ho bom na ye bibi a ebe ye mrama woni a sebe wontumi enko na womma te se de obi aye no se de be ya won so ani beka
million of voters register kwan ben so na ye be fa na ye nuanom abekan even though ebi no wo odada enti ye share ade na ase mfie miensa ye nwie mo amuni ma abatu ye no na e wo say new executive suba enti no e ba ye no chairman team ene na pamfo me kan ye executive so ye san chafe na da pro me wo na RIF by so oh madam Asobayire ma say we chairman of the welfare committee of the party e dia na opese ye na de bua wo party what na so oh say o we bi am be aboya ene ye sa ye nuano enti ye be pese mo betimi aboya wo sa kwan no so ni ahwe say plan ben so ne ye be ye na etimi aboa wo ano nti ampa omo de o say ya yo e no mo me program nti e die nuano e wo regions ni nyina e bai omo de won ko East Lagos hotel mo ko da about 3 days ni ye workshop te hono na ye nkita mo die sa e be prim say net day abrewa yi kuma wo kwan mu a ye ba ye so a ye de ko to party mpanyifo ani ye papa na na adodanko akufo ado president ye de ko to nani mo so we dey a check rampo do before aso pra mi ta chire any national council chairman for nyina e wo Ghana ha any party mpanyinfoɔ nyinaa te yɛ ɔmo akoko yɛ ti na ɔmo taa yɛ akyi ɛne sɛ nna de ya wo PWDs ɛwɔ national office na nti na yɛ bi ɔmo office ɔmo ankasa wɔ ɔmo baabi a ɔmo ba na ɔmo yɛ ɔmo meeting obi kura nam kwan so na ɔbrɛ a otimi ba bɛtena ase ɛgye na home wokɔ office hɔ a fridge wɔ hɔ TV wɔ hɔ bibia wɔ hɔ ɔnya nsuo nom a wagye na watie ebi a message bi wɔ hɔ koraa na ɔnte a ɔba na yɛde ama no campaign kɔ yɛwɔ messages a ɛbɛyɛ nyɛ ne nyina na yɛde to abɔnten because ebi wɔ ha yɛyɛ sie nti ɔba a ɛso ɔwo pa ɛnɛ sɛ ne yɛde nante na ɔno so asɔre ɔno so kɔ ɛsesei ne de sɛ ma nti yɛbaeɛ a ne tietia ne sɛ yɛda mo nyinaa ase sɛ mo baeɛ
na ɛno akyi no ɛna owura Kwasi Kyei yɛ biribi atwam no yɛ asantemantam mu MPP communications director yɛ ɔno a PWD foɔ no ka ho sɛ ɔno na ɛda wɔn ano MPP mu Ghana nyinaa ɔno na gyina hɔ ɛsɔ ɛdan no ne mu nhyehyɛeɛ nyinaa mu ɛda amampanin ne MPP party na se papaapa sɛ de wɔn ayɛ ne bi nsi da na wɔhyɛ bɔ sɛ ɔbɛboaboa ne nuanom a sɛbi wɔn adidi dɛm deɛ n'ani afira deɛ ne nsa atwa deɛ ne nan ɛyɛ ne yɛ a na biribi ɛte saa nyinaa na wɔn nyinaa to aba ɛde ama MPP.
Then shift.
Based on existing protocols, we have also. And it's said that you must have the way I am the office of persons with disabilities. They are only a power, and I'm saying, in moment, and you know, Mrs. now. If you are a young person with disability, you are not considered a minimum. Manati Mupe, yeah, from 2 years, and I'm assuming now with disability from 2 years, when you're polio. Because you see, I'm over 65 years. If you will be a noir, the daily said, problem you have for disabilities, noir, minimum. But the officer, I am baby. Now, they are more like a sepa, the quite bias, why yet me have one more persons with disabilities. No, over here, yes, to a nobody mind the patriotic party. None is a papa way. Obey me, the other bois, no more so as so fast over the tell me, I give ya, and finish it, and will be here for Papa. I told you, I did back my name, make shake a sepa, and yet, isn't at all persons with disabilities, Nakasa. But only dependence, and then I am not a idea. When you consider we have make a sepa, and Pepe, no one will be disabled, and that's a fiscal challenge. Now, a warrior or ma. As a man, I'm not papa to me and baby now. But I don't need stand. And you know, sad to say we are, but this is a boy. I'm yet to me a woman, at me a woman, or more from independence in an hour. Being an associate me about a wow. No one your baby is 7 year woman and woman and so with me. I show. It's my not when you will say so. I mean, fast that I say from our party, a penny phone in a TV rust in the team. Your father, Mamma Sobari,
abusuafoɔ wei ne deɛ kɔɔ so nnora ɛwɔ MPP national headquarters a ɛwɔ Nkran
soafoɔ yi a wɔhwɛ adansi nsɛm so wɔn onyafo kodwo ɔpɔn kroma na ɛkasa no kyerɛ mu a Saglami housing project no anwe ne sia kyɛ sɛ aban no afa ho adwen yi a adwen aban afa ne sɛ wɔde free kitansa bosom ne de ɛtɔ so nkron akosi edu ɛne enum ɛyɛ July 9th ekosi ne 15th na wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ aban no ebiem na ankorankora wɔn ne sika ebo wonum abosuo mu ya wonum ewa adansie emu aban beso no nto kase na yetumi hwe no oman no yeti ensade firi ho sade beye na adan sabe ye ho ayedin oman ga na mu nipa dodo no abetimi enya baabiri ya wondi wonti ebeto na no owura kodwo ponkroma wo kire se aban re animu se hwie be nkoduro sana aboso nda etoso aduasa August 30th and 30th August na aban no otimi enya private partnership a ebe boama Saglami yako akowie na yewie ne saa no a abayam fasode no wose awreho se o hwempuntunwuma do ya aka nwurabu aban ho do ba wonto aso ne ade a ya na ha dwen papa pa mo man no nkwa ni mu na so NPP aban na adan kwakufu adodi ani mu ide wa na adwen so obeboboten na watumi asesa saa adwen no.
I want to ask you to execute this task with the highest level of patriotism and professionalism. So I want to ask you to bring to this task your highest level of patriotism and professionalism as it is deserved or required. Let the desire to do our best for our republic show as you go through this process. My final point to you is that Ghanaians want the phenomenon of uncompleted or abandoned mass housing projects to come to an end. To date, some of the projects from the Kufuor era are still uncompleted and hanging. This one is still yet to be completed. And it adds to the narrative that we don't finish projects when we start. If we have a housing deficit of 1.8 million, reduce as the years go by. Already there are about 40,000 units a year that we deliver as a country. It's not enough to close the gap. So if all of these projects keep hanging out there, it will even deter future projects being embarked on. And that's why it's important that we take advantage of this opportunity to reverse this trend. And so I charge you to go through this process with all the professionalism, patriotism, and transparency.
So for ya washe adansi nsem so ononyafo kwadwe oponkroma ana yete nsemi.
Abusuafo ye to aso a finance minister Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam ene watu kwan free Ghana memu ni omansi kasemu animdifo akuduru Washington ye wo America brochimemu woni IMF mpanimfo ewo nhyiemu ye World Bank Spring Meeting wakokika baabi a yede yeti kwhye wo nhyehyɛ yase nneoma yetumi aye ne titiri wa honde ne ye energy afam enti ene ne nansa Ameri ho nkomo ebepie wa nwoma so na kohia pa ya obroni sɛ ye good news a bai ebeboa na so afo ekire sɛ Ghana keka ne ho papa mfi abɛse ne kro no yakoye nim ewo electricity ene ehon hyehyɛ mu ni nyina ye adwene a ye bo ye tirim se ebeye obroni sɛ deliberate policy a ye ka kyerɛ ye ho sɛ saa ne yetu anamo no ye aboa awakwani asa nyina eso na wose nkosi afi awie ye no 88.88% na ne ye wo no ebekwa kodu 90% na kyerɛ sɛ omo a enya nkane nyina no ye be connect omo amo ada so bi na won so enya nkane na ne nsɛm na wie ye no osrɛ sɛ tax force bi a wo betie no Vice President ene betena emu adwam no nam so aye nhyehyɛ nyina na contract ahodo a wo bɛyɛ yes independent fo ye omo to nsafrɛ wo mu nyina bɛhwɛ atoto niema yi.
There is a task force chaired by the Vice President which is overseeing the implementation of the various reforms and the measures that we are implementing to strengthen the finances of the sector include IPP renegotiation. We are renegotiating some of the contracts we signed with the independent power producers so that we can reduce the cost of generation. We also are implementing tariff reforms. Since 2022, the regulator, Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, put in place a multi-year tariff framework that led to increase in tariffs by about 70% since September 2022. But this is to assure investors that we admit there are challenges, but we are also bold as a government to take the necessary bullets in order for us to put the sector in a more sustainable manner so as to address those challenges that investors are usually worried about. Then we have the cash waterfall mechanism. It's important because at least it ensures that there's cash flow. Every player in the value chain has some cash flow so that they can be able to meet their operational.
We Ghana Ghana Finance Minister ya no any Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam Antam or Washington America brochimemu no no kwa ne call ye oni animdifo a ehwe sika ehun nsem toto o man mu enyina ka ho bi matekura se owura kenofori atanso emso okunhyemu ni bi o ho bi sa ai ana so no ne tu abanfo ewo ye ne amanfo foro ntem ewo sika sem oh
okay, I'm coming boy. Beja ba de mo ma fo ya wonum ewo takwa abato afari ya kire takwa electoral area enu wo so abikrupo be de kire potamo asantemantem anom ononya for permit boaten ene yensencho ni anaku free ye edi nkomo na ne nsem yodi ato jo kirem se one day swami interchange dwumadi ye ekoso se de dwumadi ensi koso na ni je ho papa no obo dwumaku ayi adwuma no abaso o kirem se ene enei anadwokura no na dwumaku no ma so nkane asisu gon na adwumafu guso ya wonum eyi adwuma dindindin bika se be ye na wonum atimi awie dwumadi no ne bra no enu nti wo dwumaku no abaso so ma fa anya akwadwore no kokoasa na wonum ye adwuma no anopa awia ene anadwo gina
adia shemi kwan na de motivate me ama yumesa me o ye adwuma kese tisi na me na mo chan se na me assemblyman e wo takwa electoral area ha dwuma die se e koso na se assemblyman tina fie na mdam kete so na se tina beti se BBS ana me dika ka bi o na sa anko ya na me so mama mo ho de e wo sa kwan so enti abia me bom ho mo de se ebi a omunam bia amenya kwanya bia kokko boa omu ko na omu chen na mi sa me omu ye adwuma nso so menya nai e wo se e wo me community mu no e hwe se omu ye the right thing e omu se menye technical mind ye nso so ene omunam ya me di omachi bibi ni ametri bisa ma e kire ma dwen wo ho ma bisa wo mu ko na bibi ko na se ba be happy ha na ma hwe na ma boa ama dwuma de na koso dwuma de na omu di no e hu hia ma me pa eso mo so ma me tina sa me na ko ma na se me di omachi
Ononya for permit Boaten ye Belgia by assembly member the moment for wodum ewo takwa abato afifare takwa electoral area ana yate nenkan
Yet was so a Ghana Armed Forces say a soldier for ya ewo my Ghana mu akeka won ho kire se enioma bi anipa ede bobo won so bo ese sebe soldier for de omuti sei na titiru e ma akra de yesusu ayete se so ko yesoja ni bi emfie mi ense di nkan wo yo ba wo wa wo ka wo ntam se obetena se aye adwuma somoman no ene nsem ni bebre wo mo se wo mo bie wakwan mu papa ya adwune bia ne nipa wo mo ho efa ma ho no wo be bie a kirekire mo nti bibia se a wo de bra ensem ni bi okra ya na de dabonten se sa na te nso be komu no na no kure bia enimu sa wonam so aye enhyehyeye bedwam kasakire bi e Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center ye wo enkran na sunwane na wode anamon etukoye na onam so ni sojafo Colonel Dr. Mohammed Umbe ya wono ne Command Logistics and Gender Advisor ewo Army Training Command mu wonne kasaye wo se ehia papa Ghana Gender Policy no ewo ho ye wo se me yani ekoso se benye mema nko na te Ghana ha ena mema nsokora nyankopon bo ade obo mo no se moni beji mo nko anka wa mo ma amfa nka ho ntinye eneifo ena ebeyi ma atotwene ewo obo ade bobre ni nhyehyeye mu sei na Colonel Mohammed Umbe okay.
Probably when we finish with the second cycle institutions, we will begin to go to the general public, even reaching out to families, because we reckon that our traditional value system and our traditional customs creates fertile ground for some of these stereotypes. But with education, like what we have done, it is possible that we can overcome. The military itself as an institution has its own values, customs and tradition, which we are making conscious efforts to overcome, to make way for the female to participate in decision making.
We Colonel Umbe ya wono ena eda asojafo womo ema ne mema enkita hudie ye kan che se ma womo ya asojafo ene womo hihye ye pa ewo soja ene asra adwuma mu no wono ena ede nsemi atudwe
Enti soon ye jina anopa no nsia kase ye de ba som ye Promise 102.7 FM ne Promise television so no ye de aseda ebema mo se munya abreti ye hwe ye na ya so so akọ Emmanuel Odu Korea ne se mu Digin Joseph Amoaten na tintimbebo chidom ye so so Lady Reverend Patricia Morgan Shan Bread of Life Jumedie what the bad din nti enye fidie mfemfro fa atafre mpo ne medei mene menu abia
akria ase do ayeda mu nyina ase mamunity a adehye mamumuni hwe na ye de aseda bi onso bema de oboabo ansem na no esa betena fidie na chichinchim ne fuma na atawaka wabo
ai mabondi asomfu pani
ebuso afọ yeda mu nyina ase ye mamu nyina good morning